Hey everyone, David here. If you've ever wondered exactly how much YouTube pays creators for 10,000 views, you're not alone. And today, I'm revealing the exact number from my own experience. Trust me, the reality might shock you. Let's start by breaking down exactly how YouTube pays its creators. You've probably heard terms like CPM and RPM thrown around, but what do they actually mean, and why do they matter so much? CPM stands for cost per thousand views, basically how much advertisers are willing to pay for 1,000 views of their ads. But here's the twist. CPM isn't what YouTubers take home. YouTube takes its cut, leaving us with RPM, the revenue per thousand views. This is the real number that matters because it's what lands in your pocket. And the shocking thing is, RPM can vary wildly depending on your niche, audience location, and the types of ads running on your videos. Now you're probably wondering, what exactly was my RPM, and how much did YouTube pay me for 10,000 views? We'll get to that shortly, but first let me tell you a little secret most creators won't share. The niche you choose is everything. Imagine this. Two YouTubers both getting 10,000 views each, but one makes significantly more money. How is that possible? It all comes down to the niche they're in. Financial channels, technology, and entrepreneurship videos typically have very high RPMs because advertisers in these niches have deep pockets and are willing to spend big money. Meanwhile, entertainment or lifestyle channels often make far less per thousand views. And here's the kicker. Your audience's location matters just as much. Audiences in countries like the United States, Canada, and the UK tend to have higher RPMs, while views from countries in Asia or South America typically pay less. But hold on, because even if you're in a lower RPM niche or region, there's something powerful you can do to boost your earnings significantly. And almost nobody is talking about it. So let's cut to the chase. Exactly how much did YouTube pay me for 10,000 views? After closely analyzing my analytics, my total earnings from those 10,000 views were around $85. Now, that might sound great or disappointing depending on what you expected. But stay with me, because there's a crucial lesson here you absolutely need to hear. That $85 isn't set in stone for every 10,000 views going forward. Your earnings can drastically change based on your video's content, how long viewers stick around, and the time of year. For instance, during holiday seasons, advertisers are willing to spend far more, driving your RPM higher. Conversely, in January, when budgets reset, RPM can tank. But here's something shocking. There's actually one strategy you can use to keep your RPM consistently high throughout the year. Curious what it is? I'll share that secret in just a minute. First, let's briefly talk about watch time, because here's a critical truth. YouTube rewards channels that keep viewers engaged longer. Longer videos with higher watch times mean YouTube can show more ads, increasing your RPM. But be careful. Just stretching your video unnecessarily won't help. You need to keep viewers genuinely engaged. The secret is mastering storytelling, pacing, and editing. Skills anyone can learn, even if you're starting from zero. But now you're probably thinking, okay, David, what's that secret strategy for consistently high RPMs you mentioned earlier? Here's where it gets really interesting. Leveraging evergreen content. Evergreen videos are those that stay relevant over time, attracting consistent views long after you hit publish. And the best part? They continue to generate income for months or even years. Creating evergreen content around searchable topics in high-paying niches can dramatically increase your earnings per 10,000 views. And that's how creators build reliable, passive income streams on YouTube. But how exactly do you find these evergreen topics that keep generating money long-term? I'll show you exactly how to discover profitable evergreen ideas in just a moment. But first, there's another secret to boosting your YouTube earnings even faster. One you might be overlooking entirely. It's surprisingly simple and yet incredibly effective. And that secret is strategically placing mid-roll ads in your videos. Most creators either ignore mid-roll ads completely or place them randomly. But if you do this correctly, mid-roll ads can significantly multiply your earnings without hurting viewer retention. So what's the right way to place these ads? and how often should you include them. Don't worry, I'll explain exactly how to optimize mid-roll ads later in the video. Now, before we dive deeper, I want to tackle a question I often hear. Is making money from YouTube even worth it in the long run? After all, $85 for 10,000 views might not seem life-changing. But here's the truth. This is just the starting point. When you scale your channel and videos start consistently pulling hundreds of thousands of views, these earnings compound rapidly. What started as $85 could soon become $850 or even $8,500 as your content reaches a wider audience. So yes, making money on YouTube is definitely worth it, but you have to approach it strategically. And speaking of strategy, remember when I promised to reveal how to discover evergreen topics that drive massive passive income on YouTube? This is one of the biggest secrets successful creators use to make thousands each month. Ready to learn exactly how you can do this too? Let's dive into that right now. The trick to discovering evergreen topics that keep making money is surprisingly straightforward. Focus on what people consistently search for. Think about this. Problems, questions, or topics that audiences regularly search year-round are your golden ticket. Use tools like Google Trends, YouTube's autocomplete feature, or keyword research tools to uncover topics people never stop searching for. Whether it's how to invest in stocks, budgeting tips, or easy, healthy recipes, these topics stay relevant. But here's where most creators mess up. They ignore what I'm about to tell you next. You absolutely must check the competition. If a topic has evergreen potential but millions of competing videos, standing out becomes nearly impossible. Instead, aim for what I call the sweet spot. Topics that are evergreen but slightly less crowded. You can dominate these niches quickly, gaining consistent views and ultimately higher RPMs. But how do you actually identify this sweet spot? Stick with me because I'll reveal a powerful method in just a moment. First, let's return to that important point I teased earlier, strategically placing mid-roll ads to maximize earnings. Most creators either avoid mid-roll ads completely or place them haphazardly, ruining viewer experience. Here's the truth. Mid-roll ads can dramatically boost your earnings without losing viewers if you do it right. Aim to place ads naturally at transition points in your video, such as when you switch topics or introduce new segments. Viewers accept these short breaks if they're placed thoughtfully. My rule of thumb is one mid-roll ad every 2 to 3 minutes for videos around 8 to 10 minutes long. Done properly, this technique alone can nearly double your earnings per 10,000 views. Now, remember when I mentioned there's a powerful way to identify evergreen topics in low-competition niches? Here's exactly how to do it. Use long-tail keywords. These are longer, more specific search phrases that fewer people target. For example, how to invest in stocks is extremely competitive, but how to invest in stocks for beginners with little money is far less crowded. By focusing on these longer phrases, you tap into targeted audiences actively seeking detailed answers. Exactly the viewers who watch longer, engage more, and boost your RPM. But wait, there's even more you can do. If you're serious about maximizing your YouTube earnings, there's a hidden opportunity you can't afford to ignore. Optimizing your thumbnails and titles. You might think this is basic advice, but here's a shocking fact. Many creators still don't do this correctly. The difference between a poorly optimized thumbnail and one that's carefully crafted can mean thousands of extra views, significantly impacting your earnings. Your thumbnail must immediately spark curiosity or emotion, prompting viewers to click without hesitation. Combine this with a title that includes your long-tail keyword and promises clear value, and you'll have a winning combination. Here's a quick pro tip. Always test multiple thumbnails. YouTube analytics let you track click-through rates precisely. If your thumbnail isn't performing, replace it quickly. Creators who regularly test and optimize thumbnails typically see massive increases in views and revenue, even without increasing the number of videos they upload. Speaking of analytics, let's talk about something crucial most creators overlook: studying audience retention graphs. Did you know YouTube clearly shows exactly when viewers click off your videos? This data is gold. If viewers consistently drop off at certain points, analyze what's happening there. Maybe you're rambling, there's an unnecessary pause, or the visuals aren't engaging enough. Fixing these issues directly increases watch time, boosting your RPM and overall earnings dramatically. Remember, longer watch times equal more ad revenue. Period. Finally, I want to address one more common question. Can small channels genuinely make good money? The answer might surprise you. Even channels with just a few thousand subscribers can earn substantial income if they master the strategies we've discussed. Evergreen content, strategic ad placement, optimized thumbnails and titles, and retention-focused video structure. You don't need millions of views or subscribers. You need the right viewers watching longer and engaging more deeply. When done right, a small, focused audience can outperform large channels with casual viewers. So, what's the big takeaway here? Yes, YouTube can pay you well, even from just 10,000 views, but only if you approach it strategically. Choose high RPM niches. Create evergreen videos around carefully selected long-tail keywords. Optimize every detail from thumbnails to mid-roll ads, and always focus on maximizing viewer retention. Do these things consistently, and you'll turn what starts as modest earnings into serious, reliable income streams. Thanks so much for watching. Now it's your turn. Start applying these strategies today and see how quickly your YouTube earnings can grow.